What's going on, guys? This is What Are You Doing? Today I want to talk about being driven. Where does being driven come from? Where do you get that inside of you where you're just not going to stop until a couple things could happen? God can take your your health from you. Just something can happen like that. Where does being driven come from? And this is just my opinion, guys, because everybody else may have their own opinion on how they do what they do to succeed in life and the things they need to do to succeed in life. For me, I think my drivenness and being able to just fail and do the things that I need to do and just keep pushing in life definitely came from my parents. William Cummins, Mamie Dale Cummins. I actually moved to Avondale when I was 8. No, I was 9 years old. Okay, so I moved there. Was in foster care. Methodist Homes is where I was when I moved to my parents in Avondale in New Orleans. And before that, I was raised, I guess, the first 9 years in New Orleans. Now, just to give you a little bit of that, being driven comes from, I guess it's just work ethic. And I saw my parents, and even at a late age, I think they were in their late 50s, early 60s maybe. No, they was probably in their maybe early 50s to early 60s. Okay, I think my parents had about a 7-year gap between their ages. But just from being able to watch my dad, who, and this is what irritates me about people. This irritates me about young people that want to be lazy. You're never going to make it. And it don't matter how talented you are and how much you do. You're never gonna make it if you're a lazy person. If you always want somebody else to do something for you. I don't care what your situation is. Listen, if your situation is bad and down to the rocks, guys, you get up every day and keep going. Now, you may have to change some things about yourself. You may have to change who you hang around. You may have to change your thought process. And that all comes, maybe you need therapy. Of course, as a young person, I was in therapy for years, and it was mainly because of my anger and stuff like that. So, but just to talk about, where that driven feeling, where it comes from, and it's not just a feeling. I think I said feeling, but let me just say this: I watched my parents work. My dad was hit by a train early. He was a pipe fitter, and he was hit by a train and almost died in a car accident. I think he was crossing train tracks in the car. He was trying to beat a train. I remember the story, but I don't remember the story. But I'll say this: he almost died. Okay, he took his shirt off and he showed us stitches in his arm all the way down his back. And I mean, he almost died in this accident. But to say this man almost lost his life, and was down for months. I think he was down and couldn't work for probably a couple years. This is how bad the accident was, and for me to see this man. And I didn't know him before when he had that accident, but it was a little bit early in his years. But like I say, he was a pipe fitter, and after the accident, he became a security guard, and he just he couldn't do the work that he used to do, but I watched this man work. You never heard him complain about having to go to work today and all this other foolishness. My mom was the same way. She was a nurse, and she was pretty much the same way. She didn't, you never heard her complain, never heard them complain about work. Now, they made us work. You know what I'm saying? They made us work. I have been actually working, and I got my first job at Winn-Dixie when I think I was 16. But before that, from about 10 all the way through 17, 18-ish, now in my young years, 10, between 10 and 14, 15, man, let me tell you something. You kids sit around on the weekends. I played football. I played football as a young person. I boxed as a young person. But that still never stopped me from, on the weekends. On Saturdays, I would get up in the morning. I told my kids about this. Well, I would get up in the morning, and I had a hand truck. My daddy, he gave me a hand truck, and I would take my hand truck and walk to the park and help the old people, put their groceries in the commodity groceries that they got a couple times a month, and help them put it in the car and get. Some would give me 50 cents, some would give me 25 cents, some wouldn't give me nothing. But that was a hustle for me on the weekends, because back in the days I still loved gaming, and I would make my money. And just out of wanting to have my own at that early age, I was able to save money, and and do the things that I needed to do, and wanted to do with my own money. Now my parents did give me money and stuff like that, but guys, let me tell you something. Being driven is I think it's more of your environment, but it also has to be in you as a person, because there's a whole lot of people out here who parents bust their tail most of their lives, and they're still just lazy people. And being lazy, like I said in the beginning, it's going to be hard to accomplish the things that you want if you're a lazy person. Always looking for somebody else to do something for you. Always feeling like you're down and everybody done did you something wrong. And once you get past that foolishness, because that's what it is to me, between laziness and foolishness and always being down on yourself, man, listen, don't nobody care about you feeling like you're in a rut. Any rut you're in, you can get yourself out of. And I'm not just saying that, guys, because like I said, man, I dealt with anger issues as a younger person, and did, I don't know, I think I did probably 9 years of therapy. And you would think that's a lot of therapy. But yes, listen, to get that anger under control, and even boxing helped me get my anger under control. It actually helped me to look, if you want to fight, if you have a kid that like to fight, they don't really like to fight like you may think they like to fight. Put their tails in boxing or karate, or put them in a contact sport, so that way, okay, you want to get your aggression out, you can get it out, because guess what? There's gonna be somebody across from you that's ready to tame you. You know what I'm saying? And get you in a position to understand that, anger can be stopped. Anger can be calmed down. You get enough of that fighting out of your system, you'll be okay. You'll definitely be okay. But to get back to what I was talking about as far as being driven, guys, look, I get up in the morning and I look for this day to be a better man, and to do more. You know what I'm saying? I probably get 5. And listen, guys, on average, most truck drivers get about 5 hours, 4 to 5. I'll say between 4 and 8 hours of sleep a night. Now, if you're on the other end of getting 8 hours of sleep a night, that's really good. That's really good. I mean, but if you're on the other side of getting, and I'm not talking about getting 4 hours, you get 4 hours of sleep, and you're getting 4 hours of sleep because you're sitting up just doing stupid stuff, not being productive. I'm not talking about that. I'm actually talking about people that work. So I get up in the morning, and I am a driven person. I'm driven because I want a certain ending, okay? I want things to be better for my kids. I want things to be better for my family. So I am a driven person, and I'm not running behind money, guys. I don't want you to get no misunderstanding about what I'm saying, because I'm not running behind money. Basically, money gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Let me talk about two people, two of my two family members. I have one that's a 6-figure man. I have another one that's a 6-figure man. I got a cousin and a brother that's 6 figures. And these guys, listen, if you want to see people that strive, that never quit, that work when working is, when you get to a point where it's coming out of your ears, where the work is coming out of your ears, but you still have the drive to get it done. Guys, listen, there's no feeling like being able to do the things you want to do. And one of the things about driven people, you don't see what they do in a day. You don't see that they're up late. I mean, really late. They're up really late. While everybody else sleeping, they're up late trying to get things done. You know, they're working 7 days a week, working, 17, 18 hours a day. I know y'all think that's crazy, but it's not crazy. It's not crazy. There's always, there's things that you never see. That's why you'll never hear me talk bad about rich people. And I'm not talking about the people that get it through their family and stuff like that. But if you get it through your family, you are a blessed person. You are absolutely blessed to get it through your family. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. If you get it through your family, that's one thing. But if you're working to earn it on your own, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. But if you work as hard as you need to work to get what you need, and that it boils down to working a lot of hours, guys. And people don't see when you're out there working and getting it done.